Regarde, ils s'en vont. Ils s'en vont. Ils ramènent les feuilles.
Well, good morning everybody. We are at stage 1 of Rally Monteburg this morning. Just down at one of the spectator points. The safety cars are making their way through the stage. We should have the first competing cars pretty shortly. 150 odd entries today, and this of course is the second round of the Flanders International Rally Challenge. About 10 British crews taking part. There are some 30 BMWs, there's 3 Porsche 997 GT3s, 10 Mitsubishi Evos of various marks, 7 Subarus, and a great variety of other cars. Citroens, Opels, almost every rally car you could possibly think of on the entry list. Car number 1 is a VW Polo. We'll continue to bring you live pictures for most of this stage.
Gagné, il faisait la bringue à part parce que ils étaient en fait le frère qui est passé hier, dans la grange, il avait des bagnoles partout. Après, dans ce petit là, ils l'ont trouvé hier. J'ai raté la porte.
And just judging by the Zero car and the previous VIP car that went through, that corner down there is pretty slippery. There was some rain overnight, and unfortunately there's more forecast later. And if you look behind me, you can see the clouds there in the background are a little bit threatening. Crowd here beginning to build. It's just a short walk down the road. Up by the church there is the village of Dranuta, and about a mile and a half further up the road to the north is Loca, which is where the rally is based this weekend and where the service park and the rally HQ is. If you're ever coming out here to Belgium to spectate on this event, a spectator pass is €15, and that gets you into all of the spectator areas during the day, so about £10–12, that's pretty good value. Right, so we've had all the safety cars are through. Car 0, the Mitsubishi, went through 2 to 3 minutes ago, so very shortly we expect this stage, the first stage of Rally Monteburg 2019 to start. And of course this year it is a full rally. Originally, of course, Monteburg started as a sprint with one stage done several times during the day, and for the past couple of years it's actually had 2 stages and been known as the mini rally, and this year for the first time they've added on a 3rd stage near Dickerbus, and that name will be familiar to those of you who follow the IPA rally. And so we've got 3 stages and a total of 10 stages during the day. They do this stage 1, then they go back to service, then there's a run through all 3 stages, with this one being the last of those 3, into service, back out for another 3, service again, and then the final 3 stages, and Monteburg 3, this one is the final stage of the day. And I can hear a car over that crest somewhere. Don't know whether you can hear that, but car, here it is, it's the photo.
Ouais, la roue du tracteur était pliée. La roue, ouais, enfin. Non, mais c'est plié dans le tube. Celui qui joue le vibrer. Ouais. C'est du pont.
For those of you just joining, we are live from Special Stage 1 at Rally Monteburg in Belgium. It is the second round of the Flanders International Rally Challenge, and we have 10 crews from the United Kingdom and Ireland contesting the second round of the challenge. 150 entries on this event as we get the third car on the stage. And you see there in the distance cars climbing up to the top of Monteburg itself. And once they get round that last right-hander, it's about 400 yards, and then it's 90 right to come back down the hill. And good morning to Richard Weaver. It's damp, it hasn't started raining yet, but over to our left the clouds are gathering and we are expecting rain in an hour or so. I think, Richard, it could be the same today, that yeah, I think as Richard Weaver says, we could be getting several seasons in one day here. Clouds are beginning to gather, but in the distance I can see blue sky again. That corner down there, the left-hander, they're beginning to cut the inside of that, and you can see that getting much deeper as the number of crews ditch hooking it round there, take out some of the earth. Leslie Barrett, good morning. Hope the weather's good for you in Derbyshire. And there's another car coming down now.
Ça va dans, zie. Dat is wat anders of dat is niet dat het dan door de rest. Is het ook nog rustig? Ja, ik ga dan.
And also good morning to Peter Castle. Where are you watching from, Peter? And the first of the Porsches. And good morning to Sven Capillari, and also to, again, Richard Weaver, who's watching from the Isle of Wight off the south coast of England. I'd certainly agree, Richard, those Porsches would be absolutely stunning in the UK, especially now as we're beginning to get these closed road events coming in. Of course, Clacton was just a couple of weeks ago. There's two planned for September. There's the Three Shires Rally in Gloucester and another one in Aberystwyth. and the planning for that one is going ahead very strong. Nicky Grist, Formula World Championship co-driver, involved in the planning of that event. In answer to your question about the beer, Richard, yes, already. Yeah, Clacton was flat. We didn't go this year. We had to go up to the Pirelli Rally in Carlisle because we were doing some work with Tom Cave, who actually won that event. But certainly I was at the first year of the Clacton Rally, working alongside Howard Davies, and we were doing end of stage interviews and a bit of mid-stage video work. Very flat, but a lot of the stage is quite technical, tight and twisty. I think the Skoda might have been overtaken on the stage. Richard, thanks very much. We're actually only doing this on one of the iPhones at the moment. Just, a bit later on we'll get the bigger cameras out, possibly for the second run through here, so we can get you the cars closer and in more detail. I know as soon as I get the big kit out the car, it will start raining, so we'll stay as we are for the moment. Yeah, tyre choice would have been interesting this morning because with the overnight rain, stages from here look greasy and damp. But rain was forecast, and somebody may have taken a bit of a gamble that they were going to get rain. But then again, there is only this one stage before service, so perhaps it was more than just tyres slowing that Skoda. And Peter Kettle, good to hear you're going to be back out on the ORC rally. Rally FM may be there. I think it's on our list for this year. And, for everybody else, Peter is watching this stream from Doncaster. And no, Richard, I was very good last night. I only had the one. And Chris Carlisle, who is normally out with us on these events with his video camera, he can't make it to Rally Monteburg this time, but he is watching from home in the UK. Good morning, Chris. Rally Wervik, of course, is coming up as a round of the Flanders International Rally Challenge. I think it's the fourth round. Canal Rally is the next one. And Rally Wervik is also a round of the Pro Tire MSA Asphalt Rally Championship in the UK.
Mais ça va être que j'ai mis avant de partir en vacances. Ça fait déjà, hein, ça fait un mois qu'ils sont plantés. Vous savez, là, j'en ai un petit peu.
Good to hear you'll be at Berwick. Richard Weaver will be there. And we'll be out with the cameras once again, and there's going to be 2 streams running on that event because Rally FM will be there working with the Flanders International Rally Challenge, and also Special Stage UK will be at the event, and Howard Davies will be joining the commentary team there, and obviously they'll be concentrating very much on the MSA Asphalt Rally Championship cruise. But what we both tend to do on these events is stage 1 we stay and see everybody through the stage, so everybody gets on the video output at least once. Saying earlier, there's 33 BMWs entered in this event, and they're becoming popular again in the UK. There's a few around doing events, and we hope to see more, because something that's been started in the UK as a low-cost form of motorsport is the Bimmer Cup UK, based on the 1.8 compact cars, which can be bought and run quite cheaply compared with other cars. The new Bimmer Cup UK, which originated in the Caribbean 2 or 3 years ago, that's coming up to have its 3rd round, and that will be at the Abingdon stages in June. The number of cars in that is growing as people get hold of the cars and get them prepared. As I said, that originated in the Caribbean, where there's some 50 cars now based on the various islands out there, and they take part in rallies, rallycross and rally sprints. And to start it off in the UK, the formats get very simple with just, I think, 5, maybe 6 single venue events. Again, trying to keep the cost down to get people into motorsport at a reasonable price. Yeah, but Richard, I'd have to agree with you there. The outer does rule.
Maar kijk jullie er wel witte binnen naartoe. Die matches heeft ook, als er nog 2 minuten spelen, dat is niet spannend. Ja, dat is ook wel. Ik zou kijk naar voetbal. Iedereen, nog 2 minuten. Dan kijk naar de wol.
One of the British crews there in the Evo. It's Jeff Smith.
Dan hoe het match spelen.
A little bit of repair work going down on that corner where rocks are being thrown out of the inside curb. Yep, sound corrected, Ben Smith. Couldn't see the name on the car from here, and haven't got the entry list with us at the moment. And don't forget, there are online results for this event if you go to Rally Monteburg webpage. Scroll down a little and there is a link to the results system on that page, so you can keep up to date with all the latest times as they come in.
Koffie voor de deur te komen.
Je kunt ze voorbouwen. J'avais mettre les ballons, j'ai pas de piqué derrière. On l'a encore vu qu'il n'y avait pas de piqué.
Ici, il y a déjà eu des sorties. Même là, ici, dans le fossé. Il y a des colons.
Okay, we got the first times coming through now, and fastest through the stage was Van Hoof in the Mitsubishi with a time of 4:25.1, followed by Weiss in that VW Polo, and he was just 0.7 of a second behind the leader. Third fastest, another Mitsubishi, Beckhardt with Van der Saren co-driving, 4:30.1, that's 5 seconds down on Van Hoof, who is the current leader. And then Peter Van Hoof in another Mitsubishi, 4th fastest, that's car number 2, and Pierre Lieta, 5th overall, 4:34.8 through special stage 1, 9.7 seconds down on the leader. And that's the top 5 as it stands after stage 1. We have times in now for 18 cars through the stage. Car 21, Ben Smith, he is currently 17th fastest through the stage. If you're just joining us here at Flanders International Rally Challenge or on the rallyfm.net Facebook page, English.
It records the noise also?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's live on Facebook.
Live.
Yes, if you just joined us at rallyfm.net or on the Flanders International Rally Challenge Facebook page, we are live at Special Stage 1 on Rally Monteburg here in Belgium, just about 10 miles southwest of Ypres, and we are on Special Stage 1. And we'll be bringing you live action throughout the day. And don't forget, if you're watching this live action, let us know whereabouts you're watching from. It's always good to get the conversation going. Oh, it's quick. Chris, I'm probably going to stay here all day because we've looked at various other points to go filming, and it would mean standing in the middle of a ploughed field almost everywhere we would go. And, so as there's full catering facilities here, and unfortunately am by myself today. We're probably going to stay here all day, especially as there's the freight wagon just parked slightly behind me. I shall go and test that out later. And Richard John Reddington is not here today. 3 or 4 of the top runners after the first event of the challenge haven't made it to round number 2. And of course that has thrown the challenge wide open. But of course, I think it's the top 4 or 3 crews from the first round haven't made it here, so everybody lower down the order on that event has now got the chance to catch up. Yeah, one reason we decided to stay here, Chris, is because of the possibility of rain. It was cloudy earlier on, and if I just spin round a bit, you can see over that way there are clouds. They seem to have passed us by at the moment, but rain is forecast here for a short while at about 10 o'clock, and then it's going to get a little bit brighter again, and with some more rain late this afternoon. And David Campling, I envy you.
Je was blij dat hij van voor is.
Interesting couple of co-drivers come over from the UK for this event, who in a couple of weeks' time will be heading off to Barbados to join about 30 British and Irish crews for Seoul Rally Barbados. Steve McNulty is here. He's co-driving in a Subaru today, and he'll be heading out to Barbados in a couple of weeks to co-drive for Rob Swan. And he and Rob will be hoping for an overall victory on that event. Rob has been second a number of times. It'll only be their second outing on the event. They teamed up on the recent Clapton Rally. And so we've got another car heading towards us now. And that was Steve McNulty in the co-driver's seat going past us. I was just talking to him, taking a tidy line through there. And Dylan Thomas is also co-driving. He's in a Porsche Cayenne, so we'll keep an eye out for that later on. Yeah, Dylan's co-driving the Porsche Cayenne today, and he's actually going out to service for somebody on Rally Barbados, but ever hopeful. He's taking his overalls and helmet out with him. Leslie Parrott, good morning to you. Shame you're not here. Would have liked to have seen you. And for those of you who follow rallyfm.net on Facebook, we shall be out in Barbados bringing you live pictures from both the Flow King of the Hill and Seoul Rally Barbados over the 2 weekends at the end of May and beginning of June. And I've got to agree with Richard Weaver, we do need to see more Porsches in British rallying. That looks stunning through there. Yeah, I just say, David, would be good to have you here in the car. And once we return from Barbados, then we'll be back out for all the remaining rounds of Flanders International Rally Challenge, and we've also decided to come back to Belgium for the Escort Rally in September. You can see it down on that corner, but a lot of, I think it may only maybe chunks of mud, but could be some rocks in there as well, getting thrown up onto the road out of that cut that's being made on the left-hand side of the corner. I mean, from here now, that actually looks as if it's getting quite deep. Looks like sort of several inches been taken out of the inside of the corner. So we've got another car approaching from over the crest down by the buildings there. And Leslie, you just have to calm down. And keep looking forward to doing the ORC rally. It's almost worth coming to Belgium just to see these Porsches in action. They are stunning through this section. Remember, the cars do this one stage, then they go back into service, which is just up past the church in the distance there, and then they head off to do the first full loop of the 3 stages on offer today: Busselboom, Dickibus and Monteburg, and they'll be back here at about 11 o'clock this morning. We'll stay here and catch them the second time through, and another Yeah, I have to agree with you, Richard. I haven't heard anybody clouting their sumps on that cut yet, so it can't be as deep as it looks from here. And I'm sure by the time we get a lot more cars through there, remember there's 150 odd cars to come through this stage. I'm sure that's going to get considerably deeper as the day goes on. Very nice. 40. Nicely pushed through those corners. He's getting a fair old speed on through there. Richard's service here is in Loca, just on a side road. If you know where the church is, if you were coming from the south from Trenuta, it's just on the right, turn in. Well, you can't turn in on the right, you've got to go sort of around the back of some houses, but it's on the road that leads off to the northeast from Loca itself. Dan Verhat, good morning to you. And yes, they do, Richard. We drove through it yesterday afternoon.
Of zou je nu hebben, dat zou dan moeten komen. Allee, mag niet. Het is niet fair ook, zoek je niet aan een bankje. Dat je weet voor ons.
I thought there was a gap, but here comes another car. So we've had about a third of the entry through this special stage 1, Monteburg 1, or Rally Monteburg. Another 100 odd cars to go yet, so we're going to be here for a while. And good morning, Didier Boston. That's car 44, the BMW goes fastest here. Didier, say you're a co-driver. What car do you normally co-drive in? Smell of brakes starting to waft across up from those corners to our right as we're looking at the screen now. So. It's a very, very fast section up towards the further of those buildings you can see in the distance. And as they pass those, it's hard on the brakes as they come down this hill towards the 90 left and 90 right, and then up the hill 90 left again and round to the right. Philip, can't tell you at the moment because I don't have an entry list with me, but I'll check it out for you later. The UK crew in the Lancia Delta go past. Lovely looking car there. And got an answer to the question about Dave Campling. It is a no. He's apparently watching from home. Thanks, Chris, for the support on the commentary. Really useful, as my right-hand man is unwell this morning and I had to leave him in the hotel. And David Campling, good morning again. And to you, Philip Woolgar. And Hubert, we are just outside the village of Trenuta on special stage 1 of Rally Monteburg.
Ouais.
Just looking to see if we've got any times yet for Gavin Smith and Richard Vincent in the Lancer. Welch and McNulty in that Subaru I was talking about are 39th fastest at the moment. And Smith and Hall in the Subaru 34th overall.
Kun je er beter varen?
Wanneer waar je nog?
And tell a lie, I'll just go through these times again. We'll give you the top three. So it's Van Hoof in the Mitsubishi leading on 425.1. Weiss in the Polo 425.8, that's 0.7 down. And Beckart in another Mitsubishi 430.15 seconds down on the leader. Top of the British crews at the moment are Smith and McElroy in the Mitsubishi. They're 26th overall. And Smith and Hall in the Subaru 34th overall. And Welch and McNulty 39th overall at the moment. And we've still got several British crews to come through there. Philip Woolgar, yes, this is special stage one. They do this stage, then it's back into service, then leave there, they go up to Bussaboom for stage two, Dickerus stage three, and then back here for stage four. Then it's back into service before another loop of those three stages. We're actually towards the end of special stage one. Charles come down the hill here, go round these 90 bends up the hill, and we've got another car coming. I'll carry on with that in a couple of minutes. I'll be back with you in a moment, Richard. Yeah, see, we are on special stage one, which is Monteburg 1. Cars then go into service before heading out to stage two, which is Bussaboom, and then on to stage three, Dickerus, and come back down to the south and the second run through Monteburg 2, before they go into service at Loca again, before heading out for a second loop of the 3 stages. They're due back here for the second run at about 11:10. Yeah, the cars go round to the left there and they go up the hill slightly round to the right, still going uphill, and after 300 or 400 yards they turn 90 right downhill and then go left and right onto the main road and a blast up the main road to the finish, and then they make their way north east again up to Loca and the service park. Car to keep an eye out for, thank you Chris, is car 59, Stuart Ramby in the red Mark II Escort. We were chatting to Stuart at signing on yesterday. He's really looking forward to the event. Yeah, I think you're right, getting this complex correct, coming down over the crest, down into that 90 left, 90 right, 90 left and 90 right section. If you get that right, you're going to keep well up on the pace. You've only got to slow up slightly and you lose a couple of seconds. Some ominous looking clouds appearing over in that direction. Hopefully the wind is actually coming across from my right, so it might keep them away with luck, because the last thing we want to do is have a rain. I certainly don't want to get wet today. Very, very big wing on the back of that. Huge wing on the back end of that BMW. And the way the tail of that car was moving around, I wouldn't say it was that effective, but I'm probably wrong. Yeah, Richard, I'm sure you're aware that left-hander there, where the top crews aren't lifting, there's another right-hander, probably 100, 150 yards past there, as they continue to go up the hill. I was trying to watch the different points of where the crews are hitting the brakes. Keep an eye out on it if you can for the next few cars, as some of these sort of lighter cars are braking pretty much by that horse box after they come past the buildings, whereas certainly some of the quicker cars are on the brakes a little bit earlier than that. As we get the next car coming through here. chucking that car around, I think, for the benefit of the spectators more than perhaps making up a good time at the stage. I could be wrong. Somebody's trying hard as they come towards us from the sound of it. Yeah, these BMW drivers certainly seem to be enjoying themselves out there. And if you have just joined us, you're watching Flanders International Rally Challenge on Facebook Live and on rallyfm.net Facebook Live. We are on special stage 1 of Rally Monteburg here in Belgium, just to the southwest of Ypres. And we are about halfway through the field of 150 odd cars. And there is Stuart Ramby in the Mark II Escort. One of the Flanders International Rally Challenge competitors out here from the UK today. This is the first of 10 special stages on offer today. Quite a big crowd here now. Cheers, guys. And Richard Weaver, great to have you with us this morning. Look forward to you rejoining us a little bit later, and I can't promise anything about the Jubilee. And the same to Philip Woolgard, good to have you with us today. You've got to go shopping or something, but you can catch up with us later in the day. And of course, if you miss anything, the videos will be up as recordings on Facebook Live.
Zou je niet? Nu wil je het halen en niks van de ik. Je mocht niet ben hem altijd goed doen. Ik heb de video moet je dit top niet eruit. Dat was deur. Je ziet trouwens.
Ja, maar kan ik de chance van de last? Oh, wat dan? Zeggen we dat een beetje geconfieerd? Dat was niet de wand. Kan ik ze naar binnen gestoeld?
Je kunt zeggen van de mensen bij wel die. Maar zijn er zo paniek voor dat. Ik heb dan laten maken. Er wordt nu al terug van die land worden. Paniek dat was. De telefoon zijn hier.
Yes, Matt Ben has been through the stage. Car 62 goes past. And the next through we should be seeing is car 124.
En al de mensen dat zijn dat al ze hebben. Daar zijn er wel zijn dat niet dat was. En zo zijn prijs dat.
One interesting car to keep an eye out for is Fiat 124. And that's driven, I believe, by Belgian politician Guy Verhofstadt, who of course is a senior official of the European Union as well. So taking a day off from all the Brexit negotiations. Good display of drifting around those corners there. Don't forget, if you go on to the Monteburg Rally website, you've got links on there to both the entry list and to the results. You can follow the action throughout the day. As yet another BMW goes past us, there are 30 BMWs entered into this event in various forms today. 10 Mitsubishi Evos, 7 Subarus, and numerous other brands of car. We've got the one Polo out there, and we've got 3 Porsche 997 GT3s and 2 or 3 less exotic Porsches, and they all look wonderful out here on the stages as car 65 goes past us, heading into that 90 complex there, working their way up the hill before heading round to the right, still climbing up the hill slightly before heading down to the main road and the flying finish.
Kan nog met dit soort boeken van alles doen. Nog met die 3 bol vanaf, dat is zo eerst. Ik heb het nog. Dat is niet staan, hè. En dat was gewoon al even zien, maar stemt u af. En dan je hebt dat even
And if you're watching this, make sure you can read the comments coming up, because Chris Carlisle, who would normally be with us as part of the FERC media team in the UK, keeping us up to date on entries in the Flanders International Rally Challenge. And it's turning decidedly cold here on Monteburg 1, the first special stage of Rally Monteburg today, and quite a lot of cloud coming over, so hopefully the rain will hold off for a little while.
Ja, maar kwijt. Ja, het is natuurlijk kwijt, we moeten. Ik zeg wel, die bummel, al is niet dat. Niet meer stroom, de trainer. Sorry? Ja? De trainer klikt. Moet je niet zet die heer de klap van de dukees weer, zit er weer brand voor. Dan wordt het maar aan, hè. Maar hij is nog veel en dan wil je opeens op dat tunnel pas. Dat kan ik niet kwam. Ja, ik zie er wel dat niet één broek en één broek. Alleen nog 3, hoofd. Ja, alles één. Verwaar nou je belletjes. Ik kan 3 broeks minder. Ik zit er zo op. Nog een idee? Nog een idee?
Our friends over the other side of the stage there, beginning to make themselves comfortable.
Lotte bij het MS hier naar Uveland. Hallo, hoe met de Lotte?
Ja, maar moet je toch nu baan, zo dat we zien en zeggen. Zo weet je niet.
Die zo'n moeilijk maar niet heel dat samen.
Daar, en hij zo gesproken.
I think, Maxim, if you go to the Rally Monteburg website, there's information about the route, the timing of the event, results, and the entry list, all on that website, Rally Monteburg.
Helemaal geloven dat het is. Kan je alle vieren? In de weg.
Okay, we're going to just take a short break as the power is nearly down on this phone. We'll go and get one of the other phones out of the bag, and we'll be back with you in 5 to 10 minutes.